Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Boost! I'm YouTube famous now, available in 2018. The Retro Edition, Dad AF, only on iTunes, affiliate link below. Rock on, gorgeous woman. All right, let's get right into this video, shall we? I was actually gonna make this video like a week ago, and then I was gonna make it again like 2 or 3 days ago, and it just keeps on heating up and heating up and heating up. And just when I think, oh, today's the day to make the video, something else happens. So today we are gonna talk about Elijah Daniel, better known as Kristine SYDELKO's sidekick. I don't know that he's aware of that, but I think that's how we all see him out in the YouTube world, except for the 100 people that are gonna come here and say, don't talk about Elijah that way! He's the king of gays, or so his Twitter account says. Is this a democracy? Is this a dictatorship? Because you are not my king, okay? I think you are way too disrespectful to be representing me and my journey as a gay man, but own your truth, own your truth. And before I was going into this video, I was like, okay, now here's the thing. Like, some of the things that Elijah does, I like, and I think are funny, maybe 11%. The other 89, I ain't got my glasses on, I can't do math, I don't know, I think are totally disrespectful. And so I was like, okay, how can I do this in a way that I think, you know, like, oh, I think that Elijah's cool and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But quite frankly, I really don't. And he's so disrespectful to everybody else that I'm not really sure why I should show him the same respect, except for the fact that I try to remain teachable and be a better person every day. So I'm just going to state the facts as they are and kind of give you my opinion about what happened to Elijah Daniel, because it's not the same scene as it was 6 months ago. Oh, except for the fact that he's still going to music festivals and not doing a whole lot with Tana Mojo. So anyway, if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. Elijah Daniel has been around for a while. It wasn't Kristine that got him famous or anything like that. He got famous for like tweeting Donald Trump, and then he got blocked by Donald Trump, and he's written a book. He wrote like the gay Bible. He's done all kinds of stuff on his own, okay? And it's real kind of like pushing the envelope comedy, so to speak. And like, honestly, it's like, I mean, this is kind of like a little bit of what I enjoy about it, but it's like too much, right? You know, it's like when you go to like dinner and they like bring out this dessert and it looks like, it's like Cheesecake Factory. Let's just talk about Cheesecake Factory, okay? And you know, like that Oreo cheesecake, and it looks fantastic and it's got whipped cream and the Oreos on kind of stuff, but you have 2 bites of it and you're like, okay, it's too much. I can't have enough of that. That's kind of what Elijah Daniel's like for me, right? Like 1 tweet is hilarious, 10 is overkill. It really is. To the point where like, I cannot imagine being around that kind of energy, that negative, thinking it's funny, arrogant energy, like all the time. And, you know, I found Elijah through Kristine. And if you don't know who Kristine is, go check out her channel because it's growing and she just started a podcast. So, and she split from Elijah about somewhere around January. She came out and said, we're no longer together as a duo on YouTube. I wish him the best. We're still friends. Yes, all that kind of stuff. And, but I'm gonna go do my own thing. And it seems to have worked out really great for her. And no, I'm not the psychic twins, although I would love to meet them. But I do seem to be able to predict some things on YouTube. A lot of things that I say are gonna happen actually happened. And I predicted this like in September, I think, of last year. I said, Kristine's gonna get tired of this. Her channel is tanking. Her career is tanking. This is somebody that has the ability to go on television and have her own show. And she's kind of just handing it over to Elijah, who is now like the front man of the Kristine SYDELKO show. She's going to have to, Kristine! Okay, so she finally listened to me. Thank you, Kristine. So anyway, somebody said the other day, you're such a name dropper. You're like, oh, Kristine this and I have never met or talked to Kristine yet. But when I do, I'm gonna let y'all know it. And if I met Elijah too, I'd be like, hey, Elijah, listen, okay? No shit's given. Let's sit down, let's hang out and have a talk, right? And that's just kind of how I am. And we're all human beings, right? I don't have like any huge, like deep issues with him. I kind of feel like he's so into the hype that he doesn't really, honest to God, I thought Elijah was very, very smart. But now I'm kind of like, especially with what's happened in the last like 24 to 48 hours, I'm kind of like, you're not really thinking this through in the long run, and I don't really think you care, honestly. I mean, I just don't think he cares, and that's cool if that's what you want your life to speak of. But even if you're doing like hyped up kind of stuff, I mean, you know, when I was growing up, it wasn't just like this kind of stuff. It was like the Madonnas and the Sandra Bernhardts and the, you know, the John Candys and the Jim Belushis and those people. Were they doing hyped up stuff off of like television and film? Absolutely. But like they were willing to make it play into who they were, and so it benefited them. I'm not sure this is benefiting him sometimes. So anyway, so they went their separate ways, and since then, Elijah's channel, it just hasn't done a whole lot. In fact, I just looked, and he's like every day on his social blade, he's getting about 1 million views a month, which sounds great, okay? I pull 1 million views a month. I don't have 700,000 subscribers on YouTube, okay? Part of the problem is, he's like, one day he'll like lose 20, the next day he'll like gain 50, the next day he'll gain 10 subscribers, then he'll lose 60. It's like very up and down, right? And Kristine is, now she's getting 2 million plus new views a month and subs out the ass, okay? So Kristine's doing okay, with the exception of she had a little drama earlier in the month, and we're gonna talk about that in another video. But I'm like, okay, your channel was growing. You were unstoppable. You're putting out all these music videos. Ugh, these music videos. Seriously? I mean, sometimes, like, we have to know our place in the world, okay? And this is not just about music. This is also about YouTube, okay? Some of us are Beyoncés. Yes, you can refer to me as Queen Bee. The rest of us are like Michelle Williams and Kelly Rollins. Is that her name, Michelle Williams? Anyway, who'd care? But Kelly Rollins I still love. And some days I want to listen to her, okay? But not as much as I want to listen to Beyonce. You got to know your place in the world, okay? But I think that everybody should chase their dreams, so I think it's very cool that he's chasing his dreams and he's doing what he wants to do, right? But here's the thing. Like, on his channel, I went back and looked. He hasn't posted a video in a month. And the last video they posted was his music video, and it got like 100,000 views. Go look at Vivo. Do you know how much like songs in other countries that nobody's even ever heard of get? I mean, they get like 22 million views, okay? So I think maybe that should be a hint about your music career. I'm just saying, okay, just to think about it. And I really think you're more of a comedian than anything else, Elijah. So I went in a couple days ago, and he was tweeting at Tana Mojo about Coachella and not Coachella, I'm sorry, EDC in Vegas, and about how like she took an Uber home and all this kind of stuff, and it felt like kind of salty to me, but their humor and their banter that goes back and forth is very much like, okay, whatever, like you can't ever tell how serious it is, and they're best Judy, so I don't think it's really that serious. But I go in here, and then I see this, and this was actually the first video that I was going to make. Influencers really are the worst people on this planet. LMFAO, how y'all so rude to everyone? That's so much energy, like yelling at people about your bus that you're not paying for, taking you to the hotel you're not paying for, being late as if they can make a bus appear like fucking Chris Angel, okay? So this is his reference to other people, like other influencers that were at EDC, okay? Hold on a second. Influencers really are the worst people on this planet. LMFAO, how y'all so rude to everyone? Okay, well, let's go up here for a second, and I found this. So, okay, flash forward. It has now come out that it is against your First Amendment to block somebody for free speech or something on the Twitter, all that kind of stuff, okay? So, because President Trump blocked Elijah Daniel, Elijah is now suing Donald Trump. Yes, our POTUS. This is your proudest moment, okay? You're suing the president of the United States. I mean, it's all fun and games. This is what it is about for him. It's all the hype, okay? It's not actually trying to do anything worth equality in the world towards this platform of calling yourself the king of gays. The power and the influence that you have for the younger gay generation that you could be helping. And no, like everybody says, why is that his responsibility? It's not his responsibility. But thank God for the people that came before me, okay, that paved the road that I can even be sitting here as a 45-year-old married, proud, legal gay man in the United States. Thank God for the people that came before me. And if we forget about paying homage to those people, we have forgotten our journey, okay? And part of us paying homage to the people that came before us, okay? Harvey Milks and the Stonewall Riot people, and on and on and on. When we forget to pay homage to those people, One way that we need to do that is by paying it forward and doing the same thing and setting a good example. And taking to Twitter and running off at the lip is not exactly the greatest role modeling in the world, okay? It's not gonna help anybody keep a job. It's not gonna help anybody come out of the closet. It's not gonna help anybody find more confidence, okay? What it's gonna help people do is turn their back on you, because people that get lippy are not listened to in the world, unless you have as many Instagram followers, Twitter followers, YouTube followers as Elijah Daniel does. So he's in a completely different realm than you are. So if you're 16 and you're out there and you think you can mouth off like Elijah and it's gonna keep your job at McDonald's or Walmart or mowing lawns or whatever, it ain't gonna happen, okay? And I'm here to tell you that. So, and I've gotten a little lippy. Y'all know I'm lippy, so I've gotten a little lippy in the past. So he says that. Now the whole world is going crazy, and he's like, okay, here's the thing. I watched Elijah and Kristine on an episode of Hey Queen with Johnny McGovern and Lady Red. Y'all watch that show? I would live to be on that show. I already got the fan, Johnny, okay? I love that show so much. I cannot believe that they don't have 1 million subscribers. I watch every episode of that show. Well, they had Kristine and Elijah on it, and I'm gonna tell you, that was the turning point for me. When I watched it, I was like, Elijah is kind of arrogant and cocky. And there's a difference between confidence and cockiness, and it's not pretty, okay? It's not attractive. It kind of goes over into this realm where it's kind of like, it's not being sure of yourself, it's being like, you don't even know that I'm the shit, okay? And the problem is when you have a lot of people out there that don't have any confidence, they don't have any self-esteem, they don't have any self-concept, that's real attractive to those people. You could be making videos teaching them how to get there. You could be empowering people instead of this foolishness that you're constantly doing, okay? With these ridiculous music videos and all of this suing people, it's stupid, okay? Why don't you put your talent and your time and your energy into something that really matters? You know what? He is so talented. He is so smart. He's such a genius, okay? Honestly, he is. He's like comedic genius. He, to some degree, platformed Kristine up. I mean, he really showed a good side of her. When he came into her vlogs at the beginning, before he highlighted and spotlighted her, he was so funny. He was so genuine on those vlogs early on, you know, and I loved him at that time. And it's like, you can still be hilarious. You could still be growing at leaps and bounds. You could still do your music videos, okay, and all of this stuff. But what else does your platform speak of? What else are you doing with that power, okay? Or are you just effing off the world? Like, at some point, it's like, you're gonna lose this, okay? So anyway, don't let your proudest moment in the world be that you sued the president of the United States, whether you like him or not, okay? Because he blocked you on Twitter. Like, seriously? I don't even understand that. So, okay, so then, now we know about the Donald Trump thing and all this kind of stuff. So let's go back over here again, okay? Where he says, influencers really are the worst people on this planet, LMFAO. How y'all so rude to everyone? Hold on to that thought, okay? So he goes up here to somebody, and this Jake Corsi, when Elijah tweets out, my lawyers are literally filing a lawsuit against Donald Trump right now. I'm dying, okay? And this Jake kid tweets him and says, this is pointless AF and a waste of resources and time, okay? And Elijah retweets it and says, so is giving birth to a child named Jake, but your mom still did that. You're empowering the youth with a comment like that, but you're talking about rude influencers. But you came for a kid on Twitter and said that he was worthless and should never have been born. So it's more important for you to sue somebody to get attention, to cause a controversy, and take somebody down with that. He didn't come for you. He just said this is pointless. It's a waste of resources and time. And it is. It totally is, okay? It's buffoonery. Politics are out of the picture with this. It's buffoonery, okay? And what's really sad about this is you came for a kid? Like, I don't even understand that, okay? Like, that makes no sense to me whatsoever. Well, I guess he's not so much of a kid. But he's just graduated from college. I don't even know where, but he says, stay hungry, stay foolish. There, he said it to you, Elijah, stay hungry, stay foolish. But it's like, why would you come for somebody like that? I didn't even read the comments underneath this because I was like, We love it when they bring following into this for no reason. And then they're saying that he's a Trump supporter. See, that's exactly what they go to. It's like that. Now everybody's going to come for me and they're going to be like, oh, Peter, he's the biggest Trump supporter in the world. Seriously? Think about this through, okay? Listen. This is ridiculousness, okay? So then, if this doesn't get better, oh, hold on, I lost my Elijah Daniel feed up on the Twitter. Then he gets back in here, like 15 tweets about the suing. Pay attention to me, pay attention to me. Look, I'm suing. Okay, we get it. We get you're suing this, okay? So then he says before this, influencer, oh wait, like, I'm sorry, I don't care how many Instagram followers you have. You can still be nice, and being nice will work out for you better in the long run, sweeties. Seeing as how your engagement is dropping faster than my ass when by Usher comes on. Don't ruin your connects now, sisters. And people think he's talking about James Charles because he says sisters in the video. I don't really know. Or in the tweet. But if you go in the thread, everybody in the world thinks he's talking about James Charles in there because he says sisters. Well, your engagement ain't doing real well either. Just saying, okay? And I just went your social blade and you're losing a lot of subscribers and you're not getting a lot of views on a daily basis because you don't post videos anymore. Are you a YouTuber anymore? What are you? You a rock star? You a rapper? What are you? Figure it out. Okay? Are you a politician? Are you an activist? What are you? And you can be all of those things, but have some direction on what you're doing. To me, it's just too much, okay? Here's the thing. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. I was like, okay, when he and Kristine split their ways apart, right? Split their ways apart. He came out with this video talking about my depression and anxiety. And I sat there and I actually did a response video to it back in the day. And I was so impressed with it. I was like, this is the Elijah that I want to see. It doesn't have to be all the time. Just once in a blue moon. This is the Elijah that I want to see. I want to see him really show part of who he really is. Instead of hiding behind this facade of foolishness with his friends and a burnout of a frenzy of creativity, I'm like losing my mind, of drugs and alcohol and all this kind of stuff where it's just constant tweeting and talking about that stuff. And it's just like, I wanted to see a little bit of that, okay? Even in a humorous way. There's so much that he could do with his platform. There's so much that he could do with his voice. I just wish some of these YouTubers would really think about it and really think about the power that they have with the people that they are affecting out there. That they could do in the same voice of humor that they have, in the same rap voice, that they could still do like really positive shit. And he is. There's so many people out there, so many kids that are like, thank you, Elijah, thank you, Elijah, thank you, Elijah, right? He's giving so much hope to a lot of younger people out there, but he could be doing so much more. He just really could. And I know that people are watching this video and they're like, but why should he? But my question to that is, but why shouldn't he? Why wouldn't he want to? Why shouldn't we all want to? I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.